So in Arcane, a lot of socio-political issues are tackled and heavily form the plot of the story. And the show does a very good job, quite frankly, of making sure that all sides of the argument on the issues it presents are fairly represented in the story of the show. And the show also does a very good job of making you think about which side to, side with. Especially in the very central and plot crucial issue of the Hex Gems, and how and when they should be presented to the public of Piltover and the Undercity, of which this issue is argued over by Jayce and Victor versus Heimerdinger. I'll allow them to present their own cases themselves.
Artificers could do with such a device. I want Hex Tech to be a tool for us to build a new world, and now it's finally possible. Anyway, this is our presentation.
Quite amazing, gentlemen. You should be very proud. Obviously, there are a few kinks to iron out and screws to be tightened, but give it a decade of careful research, and it will be ready.
A decade?
Oh, don't worry, my boy. It zips past you in the blink of an eye.
With respect, Professor, we can be improving lives with Hex Tech now.
A breakthrough like this takes time, Victor. Putting that kind of power into everyone's hands is dangerous. Keep at it, and I'm sure you will discover a way to safeguard Hex Tech against misuse.
There, two contrasting views on how a very powerful piece of technology should be made accessible to the public markets. But who is correct in their assessment? Who is simply the side with the right view? Well, today we shall explore exactly who is. Well, you see, at first I found both having a good points and reasons for taking their stance on the issue. I mean, both of the views are based on the genuine care for the people of the city. Jayce and Victor just want to help people as soon as possible and as many as possible. And Heimerdinger agrees that the technology can be used for that, and that it should be, but wants to protect it from falling to the evil and malicious hands. So yeah, both seem very reasonable, and they are. But honestly, a lot of people give Heimerdinger, in my opinion, too much flack for being quote-unquote too out of touch or hindering Jayce and Victor from helping people and being outdated. But I think in this particular issue, on the public access of Hex Gems, Heimerdinger has the right view. If you look at what he is advising to Jayce and Victor, it is more in touch, actually, with the current status and environment the city is in. The city, as we see in the first few episodes, has thieves, people plotting rebellion, corrupt people in power, and greedy businessmen. In such an environment, Heimerdinger's choice to postpone the Hex Gems to safeguard it from such people doesn't seem too absurd now, does it? Especially given that what Silco and Jinx did with only one Hex Gem. Imagine if Jayce and Victor actually did release multitudes of those things. And yes, they would quickly be able to help people with it, but it would also quickly fall into the hands of people who have selfish or bad intentions. And imagine the devastation that multiple Hex Gem weapons would create if the rebels like Silco get it, or the social injustices committed by the wealthy and corrupt if they manage to make profits off the Hex Gems. At that point, would Jayce and Victor have really helped anyone? No. And that is what Heimerdinger was warning about. If they truly want to help people with this technology, they must first take their time, take the appropriate steps to ensure it won't do the opposite of what they intended. And that's why I think Jayce and Victor quite frankly, we're thinking too short-sightedly, and why Heimerdinger was not as out of touch as many people would have you believe. Thank you for the view. Please leave a like, and possibly, if you find my takes interesting and want to support the growth of this channel and want to see more of my ideas about shows or whatnot, yes, leave a like, subscribe. Thank you. Have a nice day.